What is going on, you guys? Last night I did say I would do a gun review of my Lancer Tactical, and here it is, my Lancer Tactical in all its glory. So, pretty much what I'm going to be showing you today is my internals, and I'm not going to go in like full detail of it. I'm not going to take my gearbox out, I'm not going to take it apart or anything like that. I'm just going to take my upper receiver off and show you my inner barrel and my hop-up system, and that's really about it. If I had my Phillips head screwdriver, I would show you my motor. I don't know how many milliamps it is, but I guess we can get started. So first and foremost, you want to take your magazine out, place it to the side, and then another good tip is if you're doing, like, you're taking your gun apart, doing any upgrades, you want to have like a white layout or a white background of whatever your gun's sitting on, because if you have like black parts, it's really hard to see like on anything else other than white. So I do recommend that. We have a white table with a white tablecloth. So what I'm going to do now is take the pins out. I already took the front pin out because that was kind of a pain to get out, so I've already done that. So I'm taking the back pin out right now. I'm setting that over here. So what I'm going to do now is take my upper receiver off, and there is a little catch right here that if you have a gun like this that your upper receiver just kind of slides off, you got to be careful of that, because if you just try to pull it straight off, it's not going to come off because of that little lip right there. So what you do is pull it off and lift up a little, and then pull it off the rest of the way. So I can see, guys, this is my outer piston and upper gearbox, so pretty much the upper receiver of this gun. It is actually fairly nice. I didn't like the color in the review, but looking at it in person, it looks way better, and it's more appealing to the eyes. So I mean, it looks really nice, and of course it does still have some grease on it, but yeah, that's about it for that. So now what I'm going to do is take out my inner barrel and show you my hop-up system. So for this hop-up system, it is wheel style, so I mean that is fairly easy on the field. It is better for like players that need to, you know, of course, adjust your hop-up faster and quicker. It's easier to get to for people with bigger hands like me. The way this goes is you twist it down like this for more hop-up. You twist it up for less hop-up. So pretty much what the hop-up is there's a system in this and this little part right here that puts a backspin on your BB, which will make it go up and then travel farther. But you don't want to have high hop-up when you're pretty close to somebody, because it'll just travel up and probably over them. So like the way I usually do my hop-up is I go to like where it has no hop-up at all, and then go about halfway, and then it shoots relatively straight and, you know, pretty consistent there. If you're closer to somebody, you do want to adjust it back a little. That way it's just like more, you have like more of a chance of hitting them. So pretty much that's the way that works. This is actually a relatively long inner barrel. As you can tell, Star Dragon's inner barrel is maybe like right here. And that is really inaccurate. That's horrible for an inner barrel. And that's why it's not as accurate as this gun. So that's about it for that. This is my mock bolt. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull back charging handle and then take this out. Now the first time this ever, like, this was an accident. The first time I ever took the other gun apart, which was aka the Star Dragon, this fell out and I had no clue on how to put it back in. If that happens to you by any chance, the way you put this in is, you see how these two little lips right here are? You're going to take your upper receiver and then flip it upside down like that. So pretty much like there's a hole right here, so this hole should be in the back. And then you just slide it in like that until it fits. And as you can tell, when you pull back the charging handle and it releases or lowers or drops the dust cover, this is what your mock piston would look like. Sorry if you can't see that, but that's what it would look like. So the way you do that is, you know, like I said, put it in upside down, and then still hold your upper receiver down, upside down, because if you go to flip it over that way, it's just going to fall back out. So lips down, and just slides right in place. And then for your inner barrel, you want to line up, of course, the inner barrel with a hole, slide it in with a spring on the bottom from how you're doing it like this. So this is where your BBs feed into right here. So of course you're holding this upside down, and if you were to flip it right side up, this is how your mag would go. So the mag, how this works is there's a switch right here. When you put it in the gun, the switch releases and it auto feeds, I think 4 BBs in there. And that auto feeds them into this little feeding tube right here. And then when you pull the trigger, your on your AEG, the piston will go back, and then it will force air pressure to the front. So just like this. And as you can tell, there was a little, this came out more. That's just so it has more air pressure on the BB coming out. And so you pretty much push this in and line it up to where you can push it in there like that. So how you do that, how you put it back together is like this. So you're going to hold it like this, put that like this, and then you slide them back together. And then remember about this lip, what I said. You gotta watch out for that too, because if you try to push this back, it's not gonna go back because that lip. So you gotta lift it up again, and then push it in. See, now if I was just to try to push this on like all the way, there's a little gap right there. So what I have to do for this gun is, I don't know if you can see this, I don't know how detailed it is, but remember that little feeding tube I said that the BBs feed into? So the way I do it, I found it so much easier to put together like this. You push this up a little, and then you, remember how I said it should spring back and forth like that? So you pretty much just push it down straight, and it locks right into place like that. And then, of course, you're going to put your back pin in, and then it's lined up, and it's in there. Hold on, never mind. It should have locked in place, I don't know why it didn't. Gotta take it back out. This is kind of a pain on this gun. That is one of the downgrades, or one of my cons about this gun, is taking it apart, because it does suck. Alright, anyway, so I gotta redo all that again. So I'm gonna go ahead and push that back in, like that. It is kind of hard, because there's grooves that this has to go into. Okay, hold on. Sorry if there's a bunch of noise in here, or if there was. My little brother just got out of here, was playing Pokemon on his phone. And then my parents just got back. So, I should lock it back in. There we go, locks back in place. Actually, what I'm going to do from now on is put the front pin in. So pretty much just line it up. And there actually is, I don't know if you can tell, but see how that's straight on one side? That's so it fits snug in your upper receiver. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and push it back in. See, and everything is so really, it's like really tight on this gun, so it's pretty hard to do with your hands. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put this little black screw in. Tighten it back up, and of course when I get back in my actual room, this is just pretty much my studio room, I'll tighten that the rest of the way. Oh, I forgot one piece. And it's always good to remember what you're taking off your gun. So pretty much what I forgot to put back in was the mock bolt release. So I gotta do that once more. I really don't want to use this threaded thing again, because it did, I don't know. Okay, I'm just screw it in a little bit. And then knock it down. Untwist it, take it out. Pull out my pin once more. See, this is what I mean, guys. This gun was bought brand new by my girlfriend. So, I gotta take that off again. Put this right here. And it just slides in place like that. See? And it's in. Now, if I was to hold it upside down, it would fall out. Which was another big it was a iffy thing about this gun. Which every gun has its cons. No gun's perfect, just like people. Anyway, so I'm going to just put this back on. Hopefully my bolt doesn't come out. Push that back down like that. Alright. Push it up. Okay. See, these grooves is what's making it hard to push it back in. There we go. Alright. Now we should be good. I have every part before I go to put this thing back together. Yes, I do. So again, guys, I gotta put my front pin in. Make sure we're lined up here. And tomorrow is Thanksgiving, so happy Turkey Day to all you people out there watching this. And I appreciate the people that do watch this channel, because it does this is pretty much the reason why I keep doing this, and I do enjoy vlogging a lot. And I know I did say that I was going to upload a video every Friday, which, that was just like, I don't know, like, when I'm bored, like, I just want to go vlog and all that stuff. You know, it's like, it's what I enjoy doing, and I enjoy, you know, seeing people still watch me and all that stuff. That does actually, it makes me happy, because, you know, it's some sort of support, and everybody needs support in their life. Before I get too preachy, I'm going to go ahead and finish this going. Alright, back pin goes in. No, okay. I didn't know it was on semi. It scared me, actually. We all got a good laugh out of that. And then everything works properly. Make sure everything works. Make sure she shoots. I hate when that happens. Oh, and another tip is if you're shooting on semi and it locks, like your trigger locks, put it on full auto, hold the trigger for a few seconds, or just a second, or do a tap, and then it should go right back to semi. So I'm putting this back on safe, put the mag back in, and that is it for this review. And guys, thanks. I really appreciate it if you stuck with me through this whole video. It really does mean a lot. Leave some comments about what you like about my gun, or whatever you like about this review, and y'all guys will see me again on, stay tuned on Hellion Airsoft.